Meowdy meowdy, fellow gamers. Welcome back. We are sliming, and we are dolling, and we are slime dolling. How do you feel today, B?
I had I have to tell them because they never know that every single time before we start, the countdown is in the voice of the owl from the Tootsie Roll commercial. Like we're
It's,
both sitting there, a three, a two.
it's important. I like doing the countdown. I do it from 5, because then I get to do the thing where I say the numbers, but then I don't say the number 1, just like Fredward from iCarly.
I've never watched iCarly.
I was one of the kids who grew up with that show. Look how haunting this
Definitely
title screen
accurate.
is. This is so epic. Look at those dead people. It's fucked up.
This is the guy. This is the one. This is that game.
The guy.
You know what's crazy is this is not even the first time that that I've watched you play this. Actually, I'm not seeing anything on the Discord end. It's just a black screen.
That's
I
strange.
see it on YouTube, but on my end it's just a black screen.
Is it?
Is Discord maybe feeding me the wrong window or something?
Oh, you mean through the game? Yeah. I thought you were saying like
Yeah.
on YouTube it was showing a black screen.
No, YouTube's fine.
Here. Instead of
YouTube's
streaming
gorgeous
the
and
emulator to
magnificent.
you, I'm just gonna stream my whole desktop.
Yeah.
There we
Perfect.
go.
Beautiful.
Now you can see
God
my...
damn, that's crisp and gorgeous. This game is so beautiful.
It's
Those
pretty
pink
epic.
stars, the Samus helmets are gorgeous. The music sounds incredible.
Have to fix all the
Found it.
controls because this fucking game has the dumbest default controls ever, but that's okay because they included keybinds in 1994. Pretty sick.
It's got a very unique, it's like it plays the role a bass noise would play in a song, but it's like going, "Ah," like that kind of clattering bang. Just whatever the SNES sound chip can do that made sense in the song works. I dig it.
The last Metroid is in captivity.
Oh my god.
The galaxy is at peace.
That blew
This
my
game has
mind the
fucking
first
voice
time I
acting
saw
in
it. It's like,
totally
holy shit,
forgot
this
about that.
Super Nintendo can talk?
I also forgot that Samus talks in this game. First battled the Metroids on planet Zebes. It was there that I foiled the plans of the space pirate leader Mother Brain to use the creatures to attack galactic civilization.
Hello, Isabel.
And Rielli. I next fought the Metroids on their homeworld, SR-388. I completely eradicated them except for a larva, which, after hatching, followed me like a confused child.
Remember that?
Dot,
I remember that.
dot. They reanimated it. How many times have they reanimated this scene, I wonder? Or just really scenes in general from Metroid, like... Even Dread reanimates a lot of the key moments from all the games.
Yeah.
I personally delivered it to the Galactic Research Station at Ceres so scientists could study its energy-producing qualities. If anyone somehow hasn't listened to the Samus vs. Samus audiobook, by the way, which is linked in the description, punch yourself in the face. The scientists' findings were astounding. They discovered that the powers of the Metroid might be harnessed for the good of civilization.
I used to always have a copied save file where I saved as soon as you possibly can so I could skip this intro when I played a new game.
Satisfied that all was well, I left the station to seek a new bounty to hunt. But I had hardly gone beyond the asteroid belt when I picked up a distress signal. This is the only time she mentions collecting bounties, or that the idea that she actually collects bounties is ever brought up.
Yeah, in the actual
She's always
mainline
called a
games,
bounty
she's just
hunter.
working for the Federation on commission.
I mean, she's always doing a save the galaxy type thing in the game, so I guess the assumption is that most of her bounty hunting is just not that exciting. It wouldn't be worth making a whole game out of it,
Yeah, that's the assumption.
I had totally forgotten that she has all that dialogue in that opening cutscene in this game. And like uh besides the bounty hunting thing, oh shit, there was something she said that really intrigued me. I'm trying to run back through it all in my head. She talked about the baby. Oh, the fact that she was like, they found out that the Metroids had a capacity to be used for good. Like, this is how you know that all of the Chozo lore was not at all in mind when they made this game. Like, the Chozo are just these neat little statues in the first 3 games. I think one of them comes to life in this game and fights you or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So like the idea that the statues, because like they move in all of the games, I think. Maybe not on the NES. I don't think the statues moved on the NES.
No.
But the statues kind of like sit down in this game when you sit in them, and then the one like animates and fights you, and then they copied that in Zero Mission. But like all the idea that Samus grew up with the Chozo created the Metroids originally as a force of good. Like Samus would have known that. Based on all of the lore of later games, she would not have been like, oh, and then the scientists found out that the Metroids fucking could do this. Like, she was raised by Mother Brain, according to the manga. So, yeah, they definitely just like came up with the entire Metroid story in like the year 2000 or so. And then, from the Metroid revival onwards, they just kind of worked out the canon. But
Fuck. I did it.
I feel like they must have known they were gonna do this game when they made Metroid 2 also. Like,
Oh yeah.
the baby Metroid thing at the end is such a clear, like, it feels like a cliffhanger, like it doesn't, it's like, it's a cute idea, but it doesn't really become meaningful until this game where like they followed through on it.
Yeah, it definitely felt like setup, and this one came out only 2 years later, so I would totally believe they had this idea like ready in the chamber.
Yeah. Especially with it being like, I'm thinking they made Metroid on NES, didn't really have any ideas of how to iterate on it on NES. Also, iterating on their games didn't go that well on NES. Like, Zelda 2 is weird. American Mario 2 is weird. The only thing they could really figure out what to do with Mario is like make it harder. I mean, Mario 3 was like peak. It was, what do you do from there on the NES, So the Super Nintendo is like, all right, and the Game Boy are both like, we have opportunities to reinvent all of the NES games. Like, now we can build them different, demake and enhance them. So it's like Metroid 2 and Super Metroid are almost like a demake of Metroid and a enhanced Metroid. But both of them continue the story. But yeah, like, the way Metroid 2 continues the story is like almost only meaningful in retrospect. It's hard to imagine that the baby thing really would have like hit that much until this game's ending.
I really love how this game starts with you on like the planet, the surface, and it's all rainy and stormy and fucky outside. I can very much see like the Alien influence on this, because I don't know, the first time I watched wait, listen, I watched Alien for the first time and then played this game afterwards and beat it for the first time in the same evening.
Away.
And like, just the vibes were so fucking on point. Like, I don't know, watching Alien in like that scene where they open up the fucking airlock, they go outside to investigate the planet's surface, and it's just completely fucked outside, like the wind whistling, all the butt flakes flying around in the air. It's atmospheric as fuck, and I'm glad they recreated that in this game. Like, I think more than any other Metroid, this one perfectly captures the feeling of like spooky ass outer space sci-fi shit. Like, look here, this is where Mother Brain was. We were here in the first game. This is where she died.
It helps a lot that like
Load her up.
obviously just the capacity of the graphics and sound is like, the sound gets to be mysterious and creepy and airy, and like it was as much as it could be on the NES by using just like very sparse notes and like the weirdest things that sound chip could do. But yeah, like the expanded range here is just adds a tremendous amount. And it's funny how much of like the artistic difference is just color depth. Like visually this looks exactly like what you just entered looks exactly like Metroid 1. It's the same room,
That's where
the
you
same
start.
textures, it's the same little faces on the end. Like they're almost not even like more detailed. They're like the same exact fucking thing as Metroid 1, just like.
Oh,
But then this happens. That didn't
Signs-
happen in Metroid 1.
signs of life. Signs of life.
And this is immediately showing off like, oh well, this is something the NES couldn't do, is like this graphical overlay with the laser beam, or whatever you want to call that, fucking searchlight. And now the skulls light up, which they weren't doing originally, so it's like, okay, this is super Metroid. Brody said, isn't that Aliens? I think it happens in
the first one, there's a
both, right?
scene where they leave the ship to go investigate like the planet's surface, and that's where the first alien parasite latches onto a guy.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that
Yeah.
part. I've only seen like the first 40 minutes of the first Alien, but I've seen so much like analysis and commentary on the first like 4 Aliens that I know a lot of what happens. I just haven't actually watched them, which is funny because I do quite like Ridley Scott for having done.
Why is it
Well,
like this?
so Kingdom of Heaven, the director's cut, was like one of my favorite movies up until Game of Thrones existed, and like really just did the idea like so much better that it's hard to return to that movie. It's weird. It's not often that like something new comes out that ruins something old just by being like the same idea that much better. But like Kingdom of Heaven is like a historical drama about the Crusades, but like the character writing is just really cartoony. Like all the bad guys are just like cartoony villains. And like the main appeal of it is that it's like a really grungy take on the Middle Ages. It doesn't feel like fantastical or anything, it's like it's a war movie. It's gross and gritty, and it's got gorgeous cinematography from Ridley Scott. But like most of what's good about it, Game of Thrones also did like just as well and had good character writing. And so like when you've seen it and you go back to that movie, it's just like, damn, it's hard to enjoy this as much when you know it could be done so much better.
Okay, I'm sorry. What the fuck is this? I went down, I activated the security camera. There's supposed to be something different here.
It appears to be where you killed Mother Brain once.
Yeah, why is...
I didn't even know you could come to this spot in the early game.
This is so fucked up. There's supposed to be enemies spawned here already. Why are they not? Why is it not working?
Uh-oh. Bunky bunky.
What the fuck?
I have seen Prometheus. And Prometheus is one of the most uneven films I've ever seen. Where like it has some like the part where the woman has to give herself a C-section in order to get an alien out of her before it bursts out of her is one of the most like memorably like fucked body horror like thriller sequences imaginable. It's fucking
Alright.
awesome.
So
And then,
early
like,
in the game and I'm already fucking up.
Everything before and after that basically sucks, but like
Yeah.
particularly during the ending when Charisse Theron is running from like the entire ship rolling on its side, and she's running in a straight line for like minutes, and it's like you keep thinking like if she just broke left or broke right, she would almost certainly get out of the way. But she keeps running straight, and the thing is just rolling like directly towards her, and it's like,
Thought it was the morph ball that activates the thing, but no, it's getting the missile.
it would have been really funny if she had broke left and then the thing fell to the left and crushed her anyways. That would have been great. But she just keeps running straight forward and then gets crushed by the thing that is rolling straight at her. And it's like, wow. That was supposed to be like the smart villain too, like the one who monologued about other people being dumb.
I didn't even give a shit about them running away from the stupid sideways ship. I was more upset about just all the build up and like all the hype for like, oh, we're gonna unearth these fucking secrets and everything, and then they wake up the fucking big white dude and he just turns out to be a dumb idiot, just kills people. Just goes, I don't know, fuck you. Like nothing of note or interest happens.
Yeah. Again, C-section, that scene was awesome. The rest of it sucked. Oh yeah, and the scientists just taking their helmets off. That was fucking annoying too. That's like
Yeah.
early into the movie.
Yeah, the guy
That took
takes
me
his
out of
hat
it
off.
immediately because it
Yep.
was like it's like 15 20 minutes of
There
like
we go.
really slow atmospheric buildup, and then that moment happened and I was like, I cannot take any of this seriously anymore.
It's like, why would you do that? He just puts his face right up to the egg that's opening up slowly in front of him. Such an idiot.
that had really pissed me off, and then it was like it had gotten me back in when it got into like the midsection, and then it lost me all over again, and I was
Yeah.
like, damn, this movie is fucking just a nightmare. I really liked The Martian when I saw that though in theater. That was fun. That's another. Oh, Blade Runner. I love Blade Runner. We talked about that last time actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ridley Scott's got some good movies. They're definitely gorgeous. Never saw Gladiator.
I have seen Alien Romulus, and it's like good. Yeah, it's good. It's kind of like how do I describe it? I don't want to call it like the Jurassic World of Alien movies because that sounds bad. Because Jurassic World is bad, but like it's.
I haven't seen those movies.
What's like a less shitty equivalent to that? I don't know. As like a revival movie, it's like okay, they seem to have figured out that the aesthetics are like a huge draw of Alien for a lot of people, and that by bringing back CRT monitors and film grain, they have successfully drawn people back in. So even if the script isn't that strong, just that they got CRT monitors back is already enough for a lot of people. It's like, yes, this feels like Alien again. It looks old as shit. It's awesome. And the actual like story of Romulus is pretty decent. It has some cringe here and there, mostly due to the fucking weird, ugly AI enhanced deep fake they used for like a dead actor. Like they did not have to bring back fucking Ash from the first movie. That was
right out of the fucking movie.
extremely stupid. It's like
Oh,
I'm just against
maybe
like
they did, because I'm finding out that there's a movie called Ash coming out.
oh, for fuck's sake.
Wait, directed by Flying Lotus?
What?
He directs? What the fuck? He's a
Fucker.
director. You ever heard of Flying Lotus?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Flying Lotus is a musician mostly known for. You've probably heard his music if you watch Adult Swim, because some of the bumpers use his beat. But he's like a producer, heavily associated with like Adult Swim and with alternative hip hop and stuff. He's done a lot of soundtracks like for shows. I just have never heard of him being a director, and I guess he's directing an Ash movie
Ugh.
in the Alien universe.
Jesus
Plot deals
Christ.
with an astronaut who awakens aboard a station on a strange planet with all her crew killed. Subject to amnesia and paranoia, she cannot determine whether or not to trust a man who claims he knows her and was sent to rescue her.
So they're doubling down on the part of Romulus that was most heavily criticized. Like what?
I mean, as long as they're not using like an undead actor or whatever. I
that
guess
is
it'll be
exactly what they
fine.
did. It's just like fucking. It's like ghoulish. It drives me nuts. I hate that shit. I think I've talked about that on stream before, right? It's like zombifying dead actors, and like the worst one was the Ghostbusters one, where they had everybody take turns crying and hugging. Just like imagine everybody like being like, "I miss you, Egon Spangler," while like hugging a dude in a blue mocap suit with balls all over it.
This
It's
movie
just like a
like
tennis
came
ball on a
out
stick.
early this year. I have not heard any speak of this.
What, of Romulus?
No, this Ash movie. This
Oh.
already exists. It came out in March.
What?
It's got a
What?
71% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What? No fucking way. That can't be real.
This
That-
review from RogerEbert.com says Ash may not reinvent the sci-fi horror genre, but Flying Lotus knows when to subvert tropes and when to lean into them. When it's all executed with as controlled a precision as we see here, it's nothing less than thrilling. It's a B movie operating at the highest levels of craftsmanship, intrigue, and performance.
What the fuck?
That's pretty fucking high praise. Well, maybe I'll check that out. The poster looks cool. I assume this is related to Alien. I mean, everything about it looks like it is.
I would recommend Romulus. I think aside from the Weekend at Bernie's act they did with Ash's corpse, I thought the rest of the movie was pretty interesting.
Brody said they should make an Alien movie like Prey. That's what I'm wondering if this Ash movie is that. But yeah, Prey was quite good.
Yeah. I liked it.
As like that type of a movie goes. Like I'm not that into like you know, horror B movie type stuff, but that one was a good time. It was one of those that as it went the action kept picking up and I was like, all right, I see the action. I see that the predators are using cool gadgets and they're having like, you know, shonen action fights and shit. Very Guyver-esque.
I've only seen one other Predator movie, that being the first one, and I thought it was fine. It's also what I thought of Rambo. I watched
haven't watched a
Rambo
lot
with
of,
my
like-
friends, and I was like, well, that was fine.
I grew up with like other people referencing a lot of those 80s pop culture movies to me a lot, but I had not seen any of them and wasn't like 80s aesthetics did not speak to me at all growing up. And like I can appreciate them now, but it's more like I know the history enough to kind of be intrigued to learn more about it, you know, but like I would describe myself as basically a cultural anthropologist by trade, you know, like I study what people are into and I also study the history of what people are into. So like in that sense, I watch a lot of old media, even if it doesn't necessarily like aesthetically appeal to me right away. And sometimes I learn to appreciate it, you know, but like a lot of those 80s movies are the epitome of just like, this is a cool that, you know, is before my time, just doesn't resonate with me.
Yeah.
Because I was so into 90s aesthetics, and to me 80s stuff just felt ancient when I was a kid. Like everything about the 80s like felt like it was from just a billion years before my life when I was growing up. Because the aesthetics shifted so hard. And I know why, because Todd in the Shadows, my favorite YouTuber, he always talks about the impact of Nirvana in 1991, which happens to be the year I was born. But like basically in the 80s, all of rock music was like this over glamorized hair metal, big guitars, big, you know, skinny pants, big hair, like girly rock music, you know, made to appeal to the most people possible, the most young people possible, by having like a dangerous vibe. And basically it's what like right now currently hip hop is exiting its hair metal era, where like what will culturally one day be remembered as hair hop is the whole tattoo on the face, purple hair, you know, like goofy SoundCloud era that we just were like, it's kind of ending. That stuff is going out of fashion. Now it's country that's about to have its big hair metal era, which is hilarious. The country stars are now like guys with tattoos on their faces, like Jelly Roll. But yeah, like the hair metal era like summarily ended with Nirvana getting popular, because all these grunge bands from Seattle got popular at the same time, and like 90s alternative radio quickly became characterized by all these bands that sound like Nirvana. And like everything from the radio I grew up with was playing a lot of that 80s music still, but all that shit just sounded so much worse than the 90s music, because like the technology changed so much in the 90s. And also 90s music was just loud. Like, producers were cranking everything way the fuck up. So, like, I had gotten used to things sounding that, like, modern, loud way. And hearing 80s stuff, it just always, like, innately sounded old. Especially anything with, like, a heavy backbeat, like a really loud snare that just goes, like, ah, ah. Like, that was very much the style of 80s rock, and I hate it. I found it unlistenable growing up. So, like, because I grew up so heavily trenched in, like, 90s alternative visuals, like, I just take that for granted as what's normal is, like, you know, like, the weird freak funk stuff, like, Red Hot Chili Peppers and Jane's Addiction, like, hippie aesthetics and skater aesthetics and grunge aesthetics, but definitely not hair metal or like 80s aesthetics.
You would hate Stranger Things so fucking bad.
That's why I've never watched it, because I have no romance for that era, like
Yeah.
80s stuff. And it's also why, have you ever watched Inside Job?
No.
You should definitely watch that show. I think you'd enjoy it. It's a
Yeah.
Netflix show that had 2 seasons and then got canceled. But basically it's from the woman who created it was like the second in command, however you would describe it, of Gravity Falls. Like, she was one of the lead team members on that, and I think she also wrote for Rick and Morty, because the show, or at the very least, the show looks and feels very Rick and Morty like with its visuals,
Yeah.
but plot wise is much more Gravity Falls, and it's about a woman who works for not the FBI, but like a made-up inner division of the government that just deals with all the conspiracies. Like, basically every conspiracy you've ever heard of is real, and this branch of the government deals with them.
Gotcha.
And so she's like, you know, her coworkers are like an alien and a fucking frozen in time guy from the past, all kinds of, you know, wacky characters and shit. Her dad is like a guy who used to be like a big deal within the corporation and is just like a total asshole. So she's like ruled by this hatred of her father, but also living in his shadow type thing. I saw the first season of this. I did not see the second one, which is unfortunate because it got canceled. And probably if people like me had showed up, maybe it would still be around. But there's one episode that is entirely about 80s references that the main character doesn't understand because she was born in like 1990. And so like the whole episode it's comprised only of references that someone like me would get, who like hasn't seen these movies but has heard people talk about them, and like that's the position the main character's in. She's like, I think I get what you mean, like, as people keep referencing these 80s movies. And it's especially funny because other than that episode, like every single reference in the show I understood. It was all stuff I like that, you know, contemporary to me. The writers are clearly my age, so it was like, okay, yeah, it's only stuff I would understand, as compared to like Family Guy, where it makes references to like fucking all this obscure old shit that's even before Seth MacFarlane's time. He's just like way addicted to old pop culture, you know. But the show we were talking about was Inside Job, really. Aggie Nine says, sounds like horror heat. You know, it actually it is kind of on that vibe. The vibe is somewhat similar
Interesting.
to a horror heat, but definitely not with all the not college, like high school age anime, you know, pervy hijink bullshit that makes horror heat really difficult to return to as an adult.
I think the closest thing I had to that was probably The Amazing World of Gumball. I don't know why, but it felt like the people writing that show were like on my level.
The SJW seed is god tier. That was like, when I saw that, I was like, I can't believe they were able to have such a prescient like
Yeah.
joke about this that will age beautifully. Like,
And all of the
out of
fucking
anything
like
that could have
pop
been said.
culture references were shit that like I grew up with. It felt so specific to my generation. I'm like, okay. Like, how old are the people writing this fucking show? Because it feels so like a little too tapped into what's like going on currently. Like they made a new
Yeah.
season. It's on like I think Hulu now, and I watched a few episodes of that. It's fucking hilarious. The first episode of the season was about Gumball and Darwin discovering that while trying to eat healthy, it's fucking impossible, and like everything they try doesn't work. And they're just like starving, refusing to eat anything. Because they find out that some corporate overlord is the one making all the food, like poison trash. So they go to talk to the CEO, and the CEO just is a burger, like a talking burger, and they just give up and eat him. And I fucking cackled
Nice.
to myself when I realized what the moral of the episode was. It was literally eat the rich.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Fucking died. Like they sing a whole song about it too, about how corporations are ruining everything. It's fucking funny. They've done that a few times too. The show is like in its later seasons, it was not afraid to get really fucking political.
Mayday from Space says my husband, Mr. Mothman, shows up in Inside Job. I think you've been to the Mothman Museum too, haven't you?
But
Have you not mentioned this to me? No, I'm thinking of
No.
somebody else then. I've been to the Mothman Museum.
I have a Mothman T-shirt that everyone seems to like, but I don't.
Oh,
I don't
that's
get the hype
that's
with
probably why I'm thinking that.
Yeah.
Well, so because your shirt almost certainly came from the Mothman Museum because they have like a billion shirts like it there.
Pretty sure I got it on clearance at Hot Topic.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's like a
They
$10
probably
shirt.
they probably got it from the Mothman. I'm sure the Mothman Museum is like shipping out all the. They have an impossible number of Mothman shirts. Like, I couldn't believe how much merchandise exists for the Mothman. Because the museum is mostly a merchandise store, and like, there's not much to exhibit about the Mothman. It's not a real thing that exists. So
Yeah.
there being a museum for it is really actually hilarious. The place where Mothman is called Point Pleasant in West Virginia. And it is in fact an incredibly pleasant little town. It's right on the border of Ohio. It was named that because George Washington showed up there and said, "This point is quite pleasant," and somebody just like wrote that down, and that was the name.
That's just like how they named the town of Goofy Ridge in Illinois. Some guy like shot an apple off of his friend's head, and then while they were like camping out on a ridge, and one of his friends commented it was a pretty darn goofy thing to do, so they called it Goofy Ridge.
I thought for sure it was just gonna be a goofy ridge, but that's even goofier than that.
It's pretty goofy.
It's extra goofy.
That was my favorite town name that I've ever heard. The close second being the town of Sandwich, Illinois. Sandwich is a pretty good one too.
Apparently, Mayday's been to the Mothman Museum. She saw the beautiful silver moth ass in person.
Beautiful.
And apparently the McElroy brothers grew up across the river from Point Pleasant. Yeah, there's like another major city right across. It's on the Ohio River, and it's like a tiny town. So, like, the Mothman Museum is basically like a 5-second walk from the Ohio River. And it's a really gorgeous place. Like, again, that lives up to the name. The reason that George Washington found Point Pleasant is that there's a river called the New River that goes through basically the middle of West Virginia, and they were considering making that river like the backbone of the country, like when they first had created America, and they were trying to figure out like what is America. But there's like one part of the river that you can't pass through on boat, and it just made it unviable. So otherwise, West Virginia would be way more important than it is. Otherwise, West Virginia was important for a time as a coal mining state, but now that coal is not super relevant, they are desperate for tourism. And I think the gays can take it over, and it would make a huge difference politically. So if you're gay, please move to West Virginia. We need to gay up West Virginia. I'm not even kidding. This would be good politicals. This would be good politics. Anyway, Point Pleasant in the 60s there was a couple like making out in their car late at night, like a young couple, and they saw a large bird. That's what's theorized it probably was, because there's a certain crane that can appear in that area that's like 6 feet tall. So probably they saw this crane, but they thought they saw like a giant winged man. Um, and they told everybody in town, and of course, because people want in, other people started saying that they saw the giant winged man at night too, and thus they started calling it the Mothman. Now this lasted like a couple weeks and then it blew over. Probably there really was a big bird in town people kept seeing, think it was a Mothman, the bird flew on somewhere else. But 6 weeks later, the Ohio Bridge collapsed and like 14 people died or something. Like all these cars fell off. It's, you know, the bridge over the Ohio River that connects the two cities. So major tragedy, especially for the 60s, you know, pretty high death toll. And basically, in order to cope with this traumatically, they blamed it on the curse of the Mothman. They were like, clearly the Mothman did this. And that urban legend spread from there and became big enough to have a whole fucking Mothman Chronicles movie one day. But Mayday said, I heard that that specifically a crane of that species had been reported lost from a nearby museum. If that's true, that is a zoo rather. If that's true, that is hilarious. Like that would truly make it like a god tier story if the bird was like from a zoo and that's why people were not, like, why it wasn't native to the area. But yeah, like, because I didn't read everything in the museum. We were only there for a little bit. Just kind of popped in to see what was up. Like, I really was just like, what is the fucking like, it's not real, so what is the story? And like, the Mothman Museum, like, it tells you it in such like a piecemeal way that I had to read like 4 or 5 placards before I was like, so it's nothing, right? Like, it's literally just like a bunch of small townies in the 60s, like finding a reason to make their town interesting. Which, when you travel a lot, you will quickly realize that these types of little tall tales from small towns are like everywhere. Just most of them don't get that famous. I don't know what it is about Mothman. Just the fact that it's like a really strong character design. Like, people have done really good Mothmans, you know? Like, there's a whole fucking statue of him, like a life-size Mothman statue in the middle of town, like in the middle of the road next to the museum. And people are taking pictures next to it like all day, you know? And again, the museum is mostly just a shitload of different products. It really is just like a popular character design. Like, he exists more in the minds and hearts of people now than he ever did in anyone at the time, you know? It is top tier American culture. I agree with that. Here in Virginia, in Hampton Roads, we have Ouzelfinch.
What?
Ouzelfinch is similarly some kind of weird fucking bird that some guy claimed he saw, and he like described it as just like this odd misshapen bird. You can look this up. There's a Wikipedia article about it. But it's like on Fort Monroe is like this little military island thing that exists just like off the coast of Hampton, which is like 10 minutes from here if you cross the stupid bridge. But not the super long bridge that you crossed, but the regular long bridge, Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. So yeah, on this little island, like, a guy claimed he saw a weird bird, and then a bunch of other people said they saw a weird bird, and it's called the fucking Ouzelfinch. And now there's a brewery called Ouzelfinch that has a bunch of artwork of the fucking bird all over it, and the story written up on the wall. And they got the weirdest beers because they like specialize in sours, so they just always have weird ass sour beers. Is that like a baby Kraid?
Yeah. It's supposed to trick you because in the first Metroid game, Kraid was only 2 feet tall.
That's true, yeah.
So you see him in this
So they
game
want
and
you
you're
to
like,
think that was Kraid, and you just blew right through him.
yeah,
That's
like,
really
oh, there's
funny.
Kraid. Oh, that was easy. What the fuck? It's supposed to be
Yeah,
very
so-
mind-melting when you find the real Kraid.
The subversions of original Metroid definitely hit harder when you've played original Metroid and not just Zero. Like,
Yeah. Or Zero Mission just has like the big Kraid, but he's like a pussy.
yeah. Bigfoot is definitely tremendously more famous than Mothman. Bigfoot is like,
Here we go.
if you are in the western United States, Bigfoot iconography is literally ubiquitous in the entire West, like the whole west half of the country. It's not even that you can't find it outside the West, it's just that it's like crazy commonplace. And if you're in the Pacific Northwest, it's like, it's constant, it's everywhere. Like in Washington and Oregon and stuff, like you just see Bigfoot in Northern California, because that's where all the really tall trees are. So like that's where people expect to see Bigfoot. Honestly, I expected it to be like even more densely wooded out there than it is, just based on how sure people are that that's where Bigfoot would be. Like Bigfoot could be anywhere. There's woods all over this country. Kraid has hot toenails. I don't know about that one. I bet that belly button tastes spicy. Now that is probably true. Spicy, yes. Hopkinsville encounter is secretly crazy definitive for UFO culture. I don't know nothing about that. Mayday from space, are you by chance like an O-parts hunter? Are you like a what's the word? What do they call like in Japan when you're like really into occult stuff? Are you an occult club member?
God damn it.
Do you have Esper powers? Are you an
ESP.
alien time traveler or Esper? Fuck you, Kraid.
Are you an Esper or an Aspie? That's the real question.
An Asper. I'm pretty sure that being an Esper has always just been a metaphor for being an Aspie. Like, particularly the way that Japanese media has always portrayed like psychic children is almost always just like an autistic kid who has superpowers. Like,
Isn't that literally what happens in like one of the Predator movies? Some autistic kid who can
Yes.
read the alien language.
I haven't seen that, but I have heard about it. That there's a whole movie about the Predators trying to get this autistic guy for his autism. But
Next
yeah,
stage
like
of evolution. Autism.
like in like in Gundam, it was the new types
Yeah.
who are literally the next stage of evolution. And like they weren't presented necessarily as super autistic, but a lot of them were. But Gundam also just has like a weird, like everyone's weird in Gundam. Nobody's quite like a regular person. But like a lot of the stuff where it's like about psychic children, I think definitely portrays them, particularly Pokemon. Like Sabrina from Pokemon is just autistic. Like there's no other way to describe what that arc is about. It's just little autistic girl doesn't know how to deal with expressing her feelings, so she uses psychic powers to do it instead. There's no other way I could even take the Sabrina arc. But then it does something similar in Pokemon Concierge. Like there's there's like 2 episodes that are almost explicitly about having an autistic child. One about a Psyduck and one about a very shy Pikachu. Does that go for Tetsuo? Like, Tetsuo is definitely, like, I don't know if he's autistic, but he's definitely, like, on the spectrum, I think. Because that's kind of his issue, is, like, he's bad at communicating. Like, he's literally just the same as all his friends. Like, he's just another biker kid, but he just takes things wrong. Like he takes things the wrong way. He thinks that people are like against him all the time for like when they're not really, like it's very easy for me to imagine Tetsuo is just like neurodivergent and highly recommend the FD Signifier video about Lupe Fiasco, where in order to analyze Lupe Fiasco as the world's biggest Akira fan, he therefore has to analyze Akira through the lens of Lupe Fiasco. Very good. The original Good Kid in a Mad City. Professor Sky watched Akira for the first time recently and was saying that movie like really deserves Good Kid, Mad City AMVs, and I was like, it really does, especially the song Good Kid. I'm realizing Krona has still not listened to Good Kid, Mad City yet, and therefore does not know what I'm talking about. But you gotta listen to that album.
Meow.
For the sake of your mind and soul.
Fucking seahorses. Why? Why are there seahorses?
Make it, Trixie. I've thought about it. I've got a few AMVs I'd like to make, but I don't make any money from doing that, so hard to justify it.
Yeah.
I don't make any money, and people usually don't care. I don't get like a lot of views or comments, or like I don't get a lot of praise over making AMVs. It's just like a thing I could do, and then it will exist. But I already kind of can see them in my mind's eye, so it's like I would be creating it for the sake of someone else to be able to enjoy it, but I don't know who would necessarily enjoy these. I mean, I know that the Akira one would go off, but I also know that it would be a total content ID violation, so I don't know where the fuck I'd post it. I'm trying to find this list I made recently of AMVs that I want. Can't find it.
If it's a seahorse but it's in space and not the sea, does that make it a space horse?
Space horse.
Space horse?
These are lava horses, I think.
Space horse.
Space Force. And they made a whole Space Force comedy TV show with Steve Carell.
What? Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Seems kind of mid.
What the fuck?
I saw a bird watch it, and it was like, yeah, that's mildly funny.
Have you and Bird watched any of The Chair Company yet?
No, I don't remember.
Do you know what
that
it is? It's the fucking
No.
guy from You Need to Leave, or whatever it's
I
called.
think you should leave. Yeah.
I think you should leave. Yeah.
Oh, I know Bird was starting to watch this, and then was like, I'm not in the right mood, and I gotta save this.
Yeah. Josh and I are caught up now. We watched the 3 episodes that are out on HBO, and it's really fucking funny and interesting, and I like it so far.
I'll have to check that out.
Yes. It's like a little... It's funny because it's kind of like a mystery thriller type story, but like with that guy and his stupid fucking humor polluting every single character in the show. Like everyone is so fucking weird.
Tim Robinson is his name.
Like that show feels like the definition of like a boring dystopia. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to check that out.
I think
he's
they're
watching,
doing bad things. They're doing something bad, and I'm the only one who knows.
Right now, Bird is marathoning Fargo,
Fargo.
which apparently is quite good.
I'm trying to think of what other TV shows
Love
we
the
watched
noise.
besides Stranger Things.
I haven't watched shit. Bird watches marathon stuff on his phone like all the time, regardless of what else he might be doing.
I just remembered that I wanted to, while you're talking about how you don't like 80s music, I was going to tell you a particular moment from Stranger Things that would have pissed you off because I think it's funny. It was like the season finale for season 4, which I really liked. I think I've said that a few times. Season 4 was actually pretty fucking cool, but it's very, very confusing song choice where building up to the finale as all these kids are like gearing up and, you know, about to go to war against the fucking monsters and shit, about to go to the hell dimension one last time. It was playing that one song, the Someday love will find you. It was like that shit.
Okay.
But with like a dramatic, like, it sounded like movie trailer music playing over it in the background to make it more epic. So it was like that song with like dun 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 like that kind of shit.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like something that would annoy me.
It's really strange. It's like that generic sound that every movie trailer has now, where like everything has to build, and it gets louder and louder, and dun 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 dun, and then it gets really quiet for a second, and then it has like a comic relief, like someone goes, that just happened, then it goes, rated PG-13 coming out this summer. Every
That
movie
song
trailer.
is by Journey. I believe it's like the one Journey song Bird listens to sometimes.
It's the one Journey song I can stand.
I can't. It's all right.
I can't fucking stand, what is it, just
a small town girl.
yeah, that one sucks ass. I hate that song. Oh, it's so evil. It's fucking ear poison. It's like, it's partly ruined for me because I was in high school choir, so I had to hear like the gaggle of teenagers singing it badly, but then it's also just a shitty song in general. Which, that happened a few times in high school choir. There were quite a few bad fucking songs we had to sing, and hearing like the whole row of sopranos behind me, like going off key, doing the whole like, like that shit with every song, fucking killed me. I think we had to do Royals. Does anyone remember Royals by Lorde?
It will never be
That was a popular song at the time. That was hell.
It's aluminum foil.
We did Happy. Fucking. That one was painful. And then we did one song that I actually enjoyed until choir ruined it for me, which was Africa by Toto. Because the thing was that everyone liked that song too much, so they were like, okay, everyone seemed to like that, so let's do it again. And then we'd have to sing it like 50 fucking times every concert. And oh god. Oh god, it just became so unfathomably cringe. I can't stand Africa anymore. It's not a good song anymore. It's ruined.
Really said they did Firework. Now that I would have enjoyed.
That's hilarious.
Firework is one of the greatest karaoke songs of all time, for sure.
There was one I got some ironic enjoyment out of, which was that they had us sing Frozen. Not Frozen. The movie is called Frozen, but they had to sing Let It Go from Frozen.
Let it go!
Yeah.
The would-be Katy. I like how just hearing the words Katy Perry makes the Frozen song appear in your mind.
It was like, I kind of liked that song, but like, there was a time when my dad was dating this lady who had a fucking like, she had a daughter, who was like just the right age for Frozen when it came out. So because of, me basically babysitting that kid, I ended up watching Frozen like 50 billion times. And yeah, I was like okay with it because that movie's okay. But I know all the words to a couple of the songs now, and they will never leave my brain.
Reindeers are better than people.
Yeah, that's probably the best one. That one's an absolute banger. Tried watching that movie again as an adult, and I'm like, this is just like 15-year-old white girl the movie. I can't relate to this anymore. It's like this was.
Damn, I can't remember the last time I watched a Disney movie.
I like marathoned them all when Disney Plus first became a thing. So I'm like, well, they give me access to all these old fucking movies. I might as well give them a try. And I kept like a spreadsheet where I like ranked them all, which was pretty funny because yeah, Disney movie, like they're talking like their main animation studio, none of the tertiary bullshit. Their quality is like all over the place. Like they have made a movie that falls on every single part of the quality spectrum possible. There's been shit, there's been mediocre, there's been peak, and everything in between.
Sure.
And none of their best shit came out before the 90s.
Yeah, agreed.
Like I remember
And
getting to like
they had
after
a
watching
brief
30
period
fucking
where they
movies, I
did-
got to like the Jungle Book and was like, "Oh, they're starting to get better."
There's like this 2-year period where Disney was just on fire because they made Lilo and Stitch and the Emperor's New Groove,
Yep.
and then the rest of it's negligible.
It's like I like you know, there's like the
And
ones that I
Hunchback.
think of.
Hunchback's good too. That's like
Hunchback's
all
pretty good.
literally 3 years in a row. Take out the last like 40 minutes and Hercules can come too.
Yeah.
And take all the fucking gargoyle scenes out of Hunchback also.
Yeah. Thing is, I fucking watched all these stupid movies like quite a few years ago. Disney Plus has been around for a minute, so there's quite a few newer ones I still haven't seen.
Mulan,
And I
haven't
probably
seen
never will
Mulan
watch
since
them.
I was like a kid, I don't think.
It's like, does anyone give a
Um,
fuck about Raya and the Last Dragon? Like, that came and went, and still felt no compulsion to watch it. Not
didn't
even
know
to
that was a
finish out the
Disney
spreadsheet. I guess there's a Moana 2 now. Eh.
Oh yeah. Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Like, I like the
Didn't
first
he
one
write the
okay,
songs
but
in
like,
it?
whatever.
Or did he just do Encanto? Did you see Encanto?
Oh, yeah, I did watch Encanto. That was one I actually liked
Talked about
quite a bit.
Bruno.
I just really liked all of the songs, and like the story was cute. I don't know.
It was
Crocomire.
pretty alright.
There's a few songs from that one I listened to like on repeat. None of them were
Oh, a Disney movie, Caterpillar?
what?
I know Bird just watched Coco and he really enjoyed it as well.
Oh yeah, Josh didn't like that one. That confused the shit out of me. I thought it was really good. It made me cry.
Yeah, Bird watched that and then the Book of the Dead, I think is what it's called, like right afterwards. They
Was
really
it?
enjoyed them both.
Wasn't that when Disney tried to like put a trademark on the words Dia de los Muertos or something?
That would be hilarious if true.
Like they tried to trademark the Day of the Dead.
It sounds like a Disney movie.
So fucked up.
Mayday from Space and Coco made me wish dads were real. You just gotta collect dads like Pokemon. You know, if your dad's not cutting it, find some more.
See, I tried this
Don't
and then
need
I
to have
realized
this
that all my
block.
friends are trans women and none of them have dads that are worth stealing.
No, you don't. They don't need to know that they're your dad either. You can have. You can just. You know. I'm trying to think of a perfect example of. Damn, you just shot him in the hand like 80 times.
Yeah.
Incredible. You know,
No.
just like if you're watching like some content creator who's got a dadly energy, maybe is a dad but not your dad, but gives dadly advice, just imagine that's your dad and there you go.
I don't think I have a YouTube dad. Can it be James Rolfe?
Of course.
Okay.
Now you cannot tell James Rolfe that he's your YouTube dad because he won't take it. I mean, he'll just be like, "Oh, okay, probably." But
In what scenario would I
Really
get the
said Dick
opportunity to
Masterson is
tell?
my dad. Yeah, see, I was thinking of Dick really because he's very embracing of the like. All right, I guess I am your internet dad. He was mad one year that nobody had sent him any Father's Day gifts. He was like, everybody keeps telling me I'm their internet dad, but nobody sent me a Father's Day gift. He's now an actual dad, though. Crazy.
Kinda cringe.
My YouTube mom. I know. I know. I'm everyone's YouTube mom. If you're here, I'm Mother Heaven, and you grew up in my nursery, as I said once in my song Mother Heaven.
I don't want any internet kids. Internet siblings,
Too
sure.
bad you're
Is
gonna
it-
end up with them.
Isabel can
Tap.
stay, but she has to be my internet little sis, not no children. I
She
I
is
abstain.
objectively my internet child. I can't run away from that at all. Some people I look at and I'm like, oh, I see. I did this. Not intentionally. just through existing. It happens. But you know, as I've written up here on my aphorism towel, you are your first child and your third parent, so you must respect yourself as such.
Fuck. I fucked up.
A lot of people think, oh, I'm not a parent and I'll never be a parent, but you are your own parent already.
Yeah, I'm
Tends
bad
to be
at
that
it.
those people are bad. It tends to be that the reason people don't want kids is that they don't think they are a good parent to themselves.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
the inevitability is that people will be influenced by you one way or another just because you exist and they exist. And so if you take responsibility for the idea that you are a parent just innately, you'll have a better time. That one electrician guy that just got his parole lifted is my internet dad. Chris Bowden is his name. I don't know about that guy, but that sounds like a good pick. Marcus Pork the third would be a good, or see Marcus Pork Senior. Marcus Pork, the greatest T-shirt designer in the history of time. Look him up. Look him up on Instagram. Mayday, I think you specifically would really appreciate Marcus Pork. He has this series of shirts that's like autistic girl summer and ADHD girl summer, and like it'll just be like a goofy MS Paint drawing of a girl, and it says like let's hang out and be bad at socializing on the beach or whatever. They're adorable.
Just want to say for the
And
record
his
that
ads are amazing.
on the topic of like internet children and siblings, you're definitely my internet big sis. Because when like my friends compliment me on my ability to like articulate myself and how I can explain things more eloquently than they can, I always tell them that's just Trixie. That's because Trixie I learned how to talk by listening to her.
Trixie taught me.
You get the credit for that.
Amazing. Yep, I'm glad to hear. Well, that's why, like I said, like that Isabella I always want to add an A onto her name. Isabella's like definitively one of my internet children, is simply the fact that when I listen to her talk, I'm like, oh, you sound like you learned how to talk through watching my vlogs. Like, which I learned how to talk through making my vlogs. So it's not even weird to me that that's like a thing. Like, I'm not that well spoken outside the context of like doing this kind of thing, you know, and through practicing this kind of thing so much.
I forget what's up here. I always forget. Nothing? Is it just nothing?
It's actually really funny how like in the occasions where I have to talk to somebody who's from here and they have like a thick Virginia accent, my accent totally changes into like a thick southern drawl that I never see coming. But it's just something that will, like, you know, like I feel like I can comfortably use that voice because this person is speaking that way, and they'll be more comfortable because it's more familiar and it doesn't sound like I'm, you know, like a pretentious person with like a who's not from here, you know. Like, I like to seem familiar, but it's not something I could summon on command, you know, like without hearing someone else do it first.
It makes me think of I remember you describing that in some video many years ago. And I was, like, where you're like, this is not how I normally talk. I sound like I have a thick
Yeah.
southern accent in real life, and like, what? How's that fucking possible? And then in some podcast, at some point, I heard you like yelling to someone downstairs, and you were like, yes, okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
And then I
definitely.
think-
I mean, a lot of the times I'm doing that kind of thing to be kind of funny, because like
Yeah.
my grandma legitimately has a thick southern accent from the Appalachian foothills. You know, she comes from a place called Hillsville, and she sounds like this. You know, like not quite as like plantation owner as I made it sound, but like, you know, thick southern white lady Hillsville voice. And so like my mom doesn't want to sound like that, but she will like mockingly play up sounding that way, like sounding like her mom to be funny, So like, and my mom is also, I don't know how to describe her other than a vocal, like, she's just always using different voices. Like almost
Chameleon?
everything she says, she's like the fucking radio demon from Has Been Hotel, like, or God, what's another good example of a character who's just like always using a different voice for like everything they say, and she'll flip between them so quickly where it's like she's talking to you in one like silly voice and then she's talking to you in a normal one because like the tone of the conversation shifted or whatever. But like she constantly is making references and singing like if you say something that reminds her of a song lyric, she immediately is compelled to sing that lyric, So like, which a lot of these habits I also have, but I've realized like how weird they are and how a lot of people don't like them. So I've kind of like tamed that, But my mom is just like very like whatever thought comes into her head, she has to say it, and she's gonna say it in the way that she thinks it, which is gonna be however she heard it, and like she's always replicating the way other things sound. And again, I do that way more in the thorough autism, but like I do that a lot more in normal casual conversation than I do online, because my online persona is a specific performance. It's like, this is a voice that sounds good on the microphone. I'm trying to speak in complete sentences and make coherent points and like sound salient and not be confusing or weird or make a bunch of references people aren't going to get that I then have to explain, like, whereas in a normal context I might just make fucking weird noises and say a bunch of nonsense, and you just gotta kind of accept that,
Yeah.
But that's much more like how my mom is and the way I grew up. I don't remember why I was explaining that.
I don't remember, something about having a southern accent. That was kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I have
So
a
I'm used to
Midwestern
doing
accent.
like,
I say "ope."
I think because my mom would do a mocking southern accent so much, and I also was doing a mocking southern accent, like, to me my natural voice was not southern. Like, that was just normal, and then southern is like the exaggerated thing me and my mom were doing. And then it was only talking to other people from outside Virginia that I found out, oh no, I sound like distinctly southern unless I am trying not to. And this is me trying not to. This is me being like, there's a scene in the Boondocks where Riley says, white people say the whole word like this. And that's basically how I talk on microphone, is like, make sure every single letter in the word is pronounced. But it's not as natural.
I don't know, to some extent. I mean, in America, we do truncate our words quite a bit. You ever notice how in America we say internet, but British people say internet?
I noticed that you said yever.
You ever?
Yever?
You ever?
You ever notice?
You ever notice?
Have you ever noticed the way that people speak with distinctive dialectic shit. I didn't mean to say dialectic. Dialect.
You ever notice how some folks have that diabetic way of speaking?
I got a southern diabetes.
My dad, without a hint of irony, says diabetes.
Diabetes.
Diabetes. Because my grandpa got the diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
So we would talk about it all the time. His diabetes.
God damn.
Dadgummit.
I can't like unlock my own natural
Y'all.
southern accent. Like, if I try to do a southern accent, it just feels really cartoony. And it's like when someone just starts speaking Virginia at me, I know it just it just flows right out. And I feel it happen. It always feels weird. Like I notice it and I'm like, why do I sound like that? You know, especially because my voice will get way deeper too. Because like,
Yeah.
I just feel like a deep voice is more comforting to people. So I tend to lapse into whatever I think is going to make them feel the least threatened, you know, this like deep drawling, like Virginia voice. I'm one of you. I'm a local. Which is like opposite my like communicating with someone on the phone or who I have to talk to in like a official capacity would be very like, hi, yes, this is oh yeah, of course, absolutely, like high register cutting, making sure that every word like hits. Or my ordering food at a fast food voice. Yeah, can I get a Taco Bell 4-piece maybe with the, which you can hear from space.
I got a 4-piece taco. Can I get the taco bucket?
Lexi Lulz is weeping over the soundtrack's glory in the chat right now.
This game is still unmatched as far as Metroids go. There's no other Metroid with atmosphere, like sound design, music this good. And I can tell you why. It's because of the fucking Super Nintendo. I'm telling you, Super Nintendo has the crunchiest fucking noises. I love the way these fucking games are. It's like people play Super Metroid, they go, "Wow, this is great." I'm like, yeah, play every other Super Nintendo game as well while you're at it. Don't just stop here.
Every other Super Nintendo game?
Not every, but like a bunch of them. Like, just go down the list of like ask any fucking, I don't know, like millennial who grew up with the Super Nintendo to list their like top 10 favorite games of all time. They'll all say the same games, you know. And just go with those. It's a safe bet. See, Chrono Trigger, A Link to the Past, still the best video game ever made. Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2, but not 3, because in that one you play as a girl and a baby, which is gay.
Might even call it Gaby.
Gaby. That show is so fun. I played all 3 of those games with my friend Sam a few years ago. And like in the first game I asked him like which character you want to be because I don't care. He said Diddy. I'm like, alright, I'll be Donkey Kong. Second game, you keep Diddy, but Donkey gets replaced with Dixie. So I'm like, alright, I'll just take Dixie Kong. And now I love Dixie Kong. Then the third game, I said, I'm already used to Dixie, so I'm gonna keep her, which means you have to be the shitty baby Kong thing. Like ugly fat baby with the giant head. He was so disappointed. But we did it. We beat all the games.
Baby with a giant head. How dare you?
We beat all the Donkey Kong countries except for Tropical Freeze. Because he didn't like that one for some reason.
How far have you gotten in your current Donkey Kong marathon?
I'm still on Donkey Kong Country 2 because the last couple of levels are a fucking bitch. Like there's one where you have to become a parrot and then race another parrot through like the brambles, like the big thorny stages. And there's lots of really tight corners, and like that one took me like an hour and Josh was just watching me like fascinated at how fucking hard it was. He's like, this is a kid's game. What the fuck is this? And it's great too because it's just one of those games. It's like, you know, one of like
it's funny how much easier this game is than that.
Yeah.
But this game like looks all foreboding and dark and evil. It's like easy as fuck. And
yeah. And then you get Donkey Kong Country 2, where the music is like the most calming, like beautiful, serene, while the level you're in is like Bramble Scramble, and it's like touching anything will kill you instantly.
Bramble Scramble. That's
you cannot touch any of the walls or floor, or you will die.
That is the most epitome of a 90s rareware, like, fucking level name you could ever get.
Bramble Scramble.
Bramble Scramble.
Anyone who's played that game remembers Bramble Scramble, and they know what I'm complaining about. It fucking hurts my feelings.
You still haven't played Diddy Kong Racing, have you?
Diddy Kong Racing? No.
Yeah, in that game, there's this announcer voice that, the way it sounds is like, I'm trying to think of a level name so I can do it. It'll be like, Tropical Heights, or like
Reminds me of the Sonic Adventure.
Dinosaur Cove. And I just, every time I see like a name of a neighborhood sign or something in real life that sounds like a Diddy Kong Racing level, I always read it in that voice. Windsor Woods.
Something about the way you're saying those words reminds me of the like Tikal from Sonic Adventure. That little pink orb that tells you what to do when you're lost.
I thought Tikal was the one Echidna girl.
Yeah.
Is she also a pink orb?
Yeah, she's the
Or
pink
does she
orb,
have
like
it?
she's like the hint orb thing. It's her voice,
I see.
and it's very funny. Because it sounds like she recorded all of her lines in like a toll booth or something. Like she was at her part-time job, just like with the tape recorder. Like all the dialogue in that game sounds like it was recorded in a bathroom, and the music playing loud as shit over everyone's talking. I love it. I need to stream the Sonic games more. I did like 3 of them on my channel.
Yeah, I like watching you play Sonic. Watching people who are good at Sonic is a lot more enjoyable than playing Sonic poorly.
It's true. It's very true. I'm not even that good at Sonic. I could get better. The skill ceiling is so damn high with those fucking games. This is the main reason why I haven't. You asked me if I had the Tony Hawk games. I only have Pro Skater 2 on PlayStation because I played it a little bit, and then like didn't get really like the hang of it at all, and kind of gave up. So I never tried the other ones.
I highly recommend Skater 1. It's only like an hour long, but it's like endlessly replayable and just really, really good. In particular, like the main thing that's made Tony Hawk, like aside from that, the games are really good, and the first one in particular is just like really tight. From after the first game, they kept trying to make the levels more and more open until it gets to a point where in Tony Hawk 4, it's like basically an open world, like open levels, not open world, but like each level is like totally open, and it like gets to a point of just feeling directionless and like not nearly as fun as like in Tony Hawk 1. Each level has like a very clear best way to do it, like it's more arcadey, and so you have that sense of I can just play this over and over again and master it and get better and find all the routes and everything. But
nice.
3 is also just really good, but 1 and 3 in particular have the best soundtracks, and it's in part because they had the actual skaters in the games like choose the music.
Oh,
so it
that's
was
cool.
like, yeah, so like particularly with Tony Hawk 1, it was like very representative of here's what all the major skateboarders are listening to, and it had this very eclectic mix of stuff that was like a lot of underground music and just shit that's really fucking good. Basically everything on the Tony Hawk 1 soundtrack is good. And then Tony Hawk, with Tony Hawk 2, they decided to try to like buy major commercial music from the era, but it ends up being like mostly nu metal, and also they only could afford like 6 songs. So it's like you hear the same Rage Against the Machine and like fucking who else is in 2? I don't even remember. Like you hear the same few songs like over and over. And then 3, they had like a more eclectic soundtrack again, and like I would play 3 just to listen to the music sometimes, because it had songs like If You Must by Del the Funky Homo Sapien, which is one of my favorite songs ever. And
Funky Homo Sapien.
Yeah. You ever heard the Gorillaz?
Mm-hmm.
The on the first Gorillaz album, all of the rapping was done by Del the Funky Homo Sapien.
Okay.
He's a super dope early 90s MC. One of the biggest influences on me, particularly because of his Gorillaz raps.
Very nice, very nice.
And If You Must from Tony Hawk 3 also. Which is a song about why you need to shower and brush your teeth if you're nasty.
Ah, shit, the ship has no power. And it's haunted. Oh no. Oh, I'm so goddamn tired today. I don't even know why. It's not like I worked that hard. I didn't do shit. I watched TV.
I hung out with cats and listened to hip hop.
Sounds like a wonderful day.
Well, yeah, I wanted to talk about some of the upcoming stuff I've got working on, because I've been working on this goddamn Dragon Quest video for quite some time, and I would like to get it done before the next Samus versus Samus part.
Yeah.
And I want to get the next Samus versus Samus part done around when Metroid Prime 4 comes out, because obviously it'd be good cross promotion.
Of course.
And Metroid 4 comes out on December fucking 4th, which is not that long from now, actually. So I'm saying this in a public forum in the hopes that it helps to motivate me to materialize it. But I'm gonna say I would like to have the Dragon Quest video done like halfway into November, so that I have at least 2 weeks to work on the Samus video.
Yes.
I don't think the second Samus video will be as hard as the first one, because I don't reference like a shitload of other games in the second one. It's like pretty focused on Metroid.
We recorded that Dragon Quest discussion long enough ago now that I'm like, I don't know if you know, but the remake of Dragon Quest 1 and 2 comes out in 3 days.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So what I might do is I might just recommend you play the SNES version, because I've already played that of Dragon Quest 2, and then I can play the fucking remake and we can fucking share notes.
You know what I think you should do for sure? Because if you're planning to buy it day one,
I already pre-ordered.
Definitely I know you'll beat it in a day or two, unless it's way longer. Which
they did add a lot of new shit.
The most it'll take is 2 or 3 days, I'm sure.
It's an
you
RPG.
should definitely.
Might take me a week.
You think? I mean, because
the first game
one in 4 hours, right?
Well, the first one's like a 6-hour game. Second one's maybe like a 12-hour game, but I don't know how much new shit they added to these remakes. It looks like some of the additions are pretty substantial. And I want to play both of them. I'm not just gonna skip one.
Your playthrough was only 4.5 hours long.
I cut a lot. I didn't record I cut out all the grinding, basically.
I see. Yeah, mine was 7 hours with minimal cuts.
Yeah,
but
it probably took me about that long in my first run. It's a pretty straightforward RPG. Second one's a bit longer, but it's not crazy. I'm just concerned because it seems like with the remake they wanted to make sure it was a $60 value, so they brought over some mechanics from Dragon Quest 6 and stuff.
Well, anyway, point being, you should definitely get some footage of that and and record a little hey, it took us long enough that the one is out, so here's what's new type thing.
Yeah,
you can tack in there, because definitely that's gonna be relevant. It would be weird if we didn't address the fact that it's out now.
Yeah.
I was thinking I was probably going to have a capture card, but they have gotten very cheap.
Oh really? I might get
you
one
can
then.
$25 you can get a capture card that'll work with your Switch.
They have one for well, I guess it would probably work anyway. I just got a Switch 2 for my birthday.
Yes, fuck Fan 2. I meant to ask you about that at the top of the show. You've got a Switch 2. How does it feel to be bougie?
It's pretty bougie. I mean, it's kind of funny because it's basically how it felt to get a PS5 5 years ago. I'm like, all right, I can play the new thing on this console, and my old console is pretty much worthless, and it's going to go in the bedroom and not do anything for the next several years. So with the PS4, at least, that's been relegated to the bedroom Blu-ray player for when I'm sick.
Yeah.
And the Switch 1, I don't know what the fuck to do with that. It doesn't play movies, so I'm like,
sell it.
It's
sell it before the value goes down any further.
Right. It's functionally the same thing. It's just worse.
Games, right?
Wait, what?
You could just transfer all your Switch games to Switch 2, right?
Oh yeah, that took 10 minutes. Yeah, that took no time at all.
Yeah, I would for sure just sell the Switch One if I was you. While you can, before it gets even less worth money. Also, if you have games that are like already, well, I guess you'd have to have your profile for people to be able to play them. So never mind, it doesn't matter that you have them downloaded. Shit. Yeah. So I guess it's just Donkey Kong then. That's actually like on there.
I mean, I don't know. Compared to like other consoles that have come out in the last like decade or so, like really, this is like the first time in a long time that I can remember like a new console came out and there was more than like 2 games I wanted to play on it. Because I got 2 games with the system, which were fucking Mario Kart and Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Oh yeah, Mario Kart.
Yeah, and like
looks good.
Mario Kart was pretty fun. It's like about as good as the last one. It's just, you know, it's Mario Kart again with new stuff. And then, like, I love Mario Kart, so that's a good time. And then Donkey Kong is like a whole ass, like the same team that made Mario Odyssey, which I loved. And it's a whole new game with a whole new idea. And it's super fucking fun. And I'm having a blast with it. It's like imagine like a game with as much like content as DK64, but not annoying to play. That's kind of what it is. Really satisfying. And yeah, there's like other shit that I'm interested in too. I might get that new Pokemon if I can get it like secondhand or something. I'd like to get the Mario Galaxy games.
I've seen people making videos about that game. They're just like the utter disgrace of Pokemon Team continuing to make shitty-looking games, even though they are millionaires or whatever.
It's true. It's all true.
It's not gonna stop it from selling.
It'll never stop. I think
Of
Sword
course,
and
there's
Shield
100%
solidified it.
Petrichor said 100% at all bananas, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and it was hell. Anyways, I'd say do it.
I'm working on it. I just made it to like the fucking snow level after going out of my way to get every banana and every fossil in the 3 worlds before that one. So have like over 200 bananas already, and I'm not that far into the game, so it's pretty fun. I gotta say, I'm having a grand old time. There's other games I want for too. I want like I'd like to get Cyberpunk on my Switch too, because I played a bit of that on PC and that game fucking rules. But I'd like to have it like playable on my TV and on a handheld, because that would rule way more. And also because they put the whole game on a cartridge, so it would be a way to play Cyberpunk without having to reserve like 200 gigabytes of space on a fucking hard drive or whatever. It takes up a lot of room on my PC, and I don't like that.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
Ugh. As for any like Square Enix game, just gonna get those, like get the Switch One version of those, because they're doing that like weird game key card thing, or because like I guess the cartridges are too expensive to manufacture. So they're just like, oh, we're gonna, instead of doing like a real cartridge, we'll just give you a fake cartridge that unlocks a download on your console.
Gross. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, okay, so the Switch 2 only has like 250 gigs of storage. I don't want to fill it all up with RPGs. I'll just get the Switch 1 release of that. Doesn't fucking matter. It's all the same. Dragon Quest is not going to look any better on Switch 2, and like, buying that version doesn't do anything other than lock it to one system.
You reminded me, I followed this Final Fantasy memes page on Instagram that's had me really wanting to fucking play Final Fantasy. Particularly 8, because I, like, didn't get that... Like, I got probably, like, 8 hours into 8 when I was, like, 14 or 15, and I remember it was interesting, but just, like, kind of over my head at the time, which I know it wouldn't be that if I played it today, you know, so... be curious to revisit it and see if it clicks, or if I'd be like, nah, this is boring, and just give up on it. Because I do struggle with older RPGs, even if they are like really good, because just like the loading times and everything, like just the clunkiness of playing on the PS1, like if you didn't You know, I had an N64. N64 didn't really have the load time problem, which is why Nintendo wanted to stick to cartridges. Like, they wanted the games to be buttery smooth and everything, but it was just like, that's just not, it wasn't where the wave was going in terms of culture. It wasn't where the zeitgeist was going. But not having really lived through the like painful load time era when it was relevant, it is hard to return to. It's not an aspect of gaming I ever got used to the way that a lot of people did.
You know, it's kind of shocking how, like, because back when 3D graphics were like the cutting edge new thing, it was like 2D games all of a sudden felt like ancient history, and people were like, oh, if you're still making 2D games, like, you know, like, fuck off, basically. Like,
but now the 2D games from that era have held up insanely well because the technology was ready for them to be like pristine and perfect, you know, and like meanwhile the 3D games from that era are like, I don't want to have to wait for every time a battle starts there's like a 20-second load in, you know, like,
because it was like 2D games had reached their peak, and then, you know, once 3D graphics were in their infancy, it was like starting over again. It's like we're back to the 8-bit era where everything is slower, not as polished. It's just funny that people heavily preferred that at the time because there was so much new. Like, just everything was radically different. Every game was unique. And I go back and play a lot of games on my PS1, and I'm like, this is so slow. Like, these games are so fucking sluggish. All of them, every single one. Even the ones I really like just, you know, loading in a cutscene or just like unskippable cutscenes constantly, just a lot, like logos, like studio logos were all like animated in 3D, and they all took at least 15 seconds each. So you'd boot up a game and have to wait through like a straight minute of fucking logos. Just bizarre. I remember thinking that, like, I was like, oh, I remember there were so many cool logos when I was a kid. Why doesn't anyone do things like that anymore? And like I booted up fucking A Bug's Life PS1, and I'm like, oh, this sucks. Like, this fucking blows. Takes like 800 years. Dear God.
Yeah, I remember Tony Hawk does kind of have that problem because Neversoft had one of those long ass logos.
Oh God, Neversoft. They're the ones who made the fucking Spider-Man game too, and that shit was crazy to me because the logo is like a weird eyeball with a little eye stalk sticking out of it, and it like slithers around like a snake, and then like a giant, like the letter T and the word Neversoft stabs the eyable. And I was like, this is like a baby game, and you're putting like gore in the logos. What the fuck?
Neversoft.
Neversoft. And you boot up the Spider-Man game and walk through the little health icon. He says, I'm already at full health 4 times. Already at full health. Already at full health. Already at full health. I don't miss that aspect of like PS1, PS2 games either, where like every character could have dialogue but only like 2 lines that they would say over and over again. Have you ever played Kingdom Hearts?
Yes.
The fucking... It's like every boss fight in that game. Every boss has 2 lines of dialogue that they say every 4 seconds. It's fucking maddening.
The most maddening is any Tales of game or anything like it where in the Tales of games, like, every character calls out the name of their attack when they do special attacks, which they do all the time. And there's 4 characters fighting on screen at a given time, and they're all just yelling over each other. Pow hammer! Pow hammer! Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Righteous Fury! Righteous... And then, like, they'll do a whole spell, you know, like, with an incantation and everything. So you got one guy doing, like, a whole sentence while another guy is Demon Fang! Demon is just, like, cacophonous and annoying.
That's awesome.
It's about as bad as listening to Overwatch or Marvel or Borderlands.
Spider time! My favorite has to be
Borderlands 4 toned down the fucking chatter considerably. It is so much easier to listen to.
My favorite has to be the final boss fight in Kingdom Hearts, where he's like this dude. It's like a anime guy with silver hair, mad scientist, and he like turns into a weird flying mermaid guy with like no shirt on. And he's all ripped, and one of his 2 lines that he says during battle is open your heart. And he says it while like kind of like opening his arms to do this like big anime attack. And he starts floating towards you gently, going like, open your heart. And like him doing that towards like the fucking towards Sora, the like little goofy looking kid with the giant clown shoes. I'm like, this is the weirdest fucking game, dude. What is happening? Open your heart. Just a really funny thing to say while trying to kill someone.
One of the mini games I bought as a kid, not knowing really what it was, just thinking the aesthetics were cool, and then being totally stumped, is a game called Otogi 2: Myth of Demons. It was on the Xbox, and it's like a samurai slasher action game, but it's made by From Software, i.e., impossibly fucking hard. And like the second level, I could not figure out where to go or what to do, but there was a voice of like a boss somewhere in the level I could not find, who just kept screaming, "None shall pass!" like every 10 seconds. None shall pass! And I was just fucking losing my mind furious after like 10 minutes of not knowing what to do and hearing that shit. And I sold that game rather quickly, which I regret now because I'm sure it's like an amazing game that one of my brothers would have returned to and been like, oh, actually, this is a masterpiece. But at the time, it was the incredibly annoying None Shall Pass game.
Yeah, I've made that mistake a few times where I played a game for like 5 minutes and was like, what the fuck? I don't get it. And then I sold it and I'm like, I wish I still had that because I kind of want to play that again.
Yeah,
like
or it's just worth like a shitload of money.
Yeah. It's like Contra 3, the Alien Wars. I wish I had stuck to that one. That game was fucking awesome. It was just so hard. Or
one that I've never like grasped is there's a game called Evolution for Dreamcast, and then it had Evolution Worlds, just the remake on GameCube. And I had Evolution Worlds, and like it had like kind of middling reviews at the time, so I wasn't expecting that much. But it's like a dungeon crawler RPG, turn-based, but where it's just like the same dungeon, like the same cave-like dungeon design, like every time. And so I think, like by the time I got to the second dungeon, the game was already like starting to get kind of hard and very samey. I like quit. And over the years, I've seen people continually say that game's like a classic and one of the best like classic dungeon crawlers. And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm sure there must be something to it that I just couldn't understand as a kid. But I also remember the voice acting being just fuck horrible, like just the worst dub imaginable. That was definitely a part of why I couldn't. When I was like 13 and I'm watching like Yu-Gi-Oh as like a thing I enjoy watching, if a dub is too bad for me, it's heinous. It had to be fucking real bad.
A man is falling. A young man, isn't he?
Hey, that dub is a classic. I'm falling down. A young man, isn't he?
Look, my wing roots are oily. Oh yeah? It's really sticky when you put it on your hands. I see that.
Who was it that told me that they cosplayed as Falaria Fa? I think it might have been Space Hunter M, who said that they cosplayed as the Falario, and I was like, that is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
It's a Falario.
No.
We're approaching Gabujuju. Will the Ishibara affect the Garaga rule? It should work.
Just quote that stupid ass anime all day.
I wish I could remember what she says when she's like describing that she was like just hanging out with her grandma in like the fairy world or whatever. She just like drops like 5 proper nouns that are not explained at all.
My favorite is when he goes to the fucking pool and his friends are there like, you sure look good for someone studying for an exam. You certainly got sexy.
And then he just like passes out.
He says that to like the girl with glasses. It feels so passive aggressive. You certainly got sexy. Oh god, we gotta do a fucking group watch at Garzy's Wings sometime.
We should. I've still never finished it.
Oh my god, I watched the whole thing in full one time. And it was like a religious experience.
Impressive.
I tried showing it to my friends, and they laughed really hard for like 5 minutes, and were like, "Okay, turn it off."
I've never been able to
haters.
make it all the way through the third Like I've made it to like the start of episode 3 and just never been able to stay awake. Because it only ever occurs to me to watch it if I'm shit-faced drunk,
Yeah.
or if I'm showing it to somebody for the first time, and usually I just show them like 15 minutes, and by that point, like, their mind is completely melted, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if you can get through the fucking, we have to get, like, communicating through the bells scene, that scene is just so incredibly peak, nothing can quite top it. So, like, usually by the time we're at the end of the bell scene, I'm like, all right, you've seen enough. Unless they're like, oh, we gotta know, like, you know, which is not usually the response. It's usually like, I need a minute, like, beat me down.
Yeah, I don't think I watched the whole thing at once. I think I needed a break after a part 2. It's a lot. It's pretty fucking
It's also
great,
just
though.
like, part 1 is easily the most consistently exciting. Like, the second and third episodes have really funny shit, but then they also have parts that are just like actually boring.
Yeah. Have to slog a
Hard
little bit to
dealing.
get to the ultimate, or like episode 3 where he's fighting the bad guy, and then for I don't know why anyone says anything they say in that show, but the main character just gets really fucking mad and says, "Damn you, Yamata Takeru Migoto!" Just keep saying that
Place where
name
Yamato
over and
Takeru
over
no
again.
Mikoto came down from the sky.
Oh, what the heck is this
Well,
now?
he's just a big Digimon fan, you know,
Yeah.
obsessed with Yamato and Takeru.
Fucking mind melting when I got old enough to realize all the Digimon kids had different names in Japan, except for Joe. Joe is just Joe.
Joe.
The most mind melting one being Izzy. That Izzy is just Koshiro Izumi. They just call him Koshiro in the Japanese. Completely different name.
Makes sense. I hadn't thought about Garzy's winners.
My name is Kari. Kari. And this is my brother, Tai. Tai. Hi, Kari, Kari, Tai, Tai.
Great scene.
movie.
Underrated dub, if we're being honest.
Peak filmmaking.
Ah, did you see that? No, I was sleeping. But you're driving.
That's how I like to drive.
Best part of watching that fucking movie with you was every time one of the like 2000s dad rock songs started playing and I just started singing along and you laughed your ass off at the song choice like every time.
Songs, sorry. All anime films from that era just had the most fucking random,
Was
just like whatever rock song was popular, just throw it in there. Like, I mean, all the Dragon Ball Z movies,
Yes.
like fucking random Deftones songs, the funniest shit in the world to me.
I love it though. I love I watched Cooler's Revenge and there's fucking Disturbed playing.
Oh yeah, fucking Disturbed. Which Disturbed song is it?
God, I don't remember.
Fear Awaken!
You'll just have to watch the movie and find out.
I'm trying to remember. Is it Down with the Sickness? Do they do Down with the Sickness?
I wouldn't be surprised. Old-
Stupefied. I get stupefied!
Old dub of Dragon Ball Z is the corniest fucking shit. It's so funny. I love watching the clips on YouTube and then reading all the comments where it's like, I'll watch a bit and I'm like, this is like the shittiest translation ever. This part was so cringe. And all the comments are like, oh yes, back when everything was epic in my childhood and Dragon Ball was cool and it had hair on its chest. Y'all realize this was a children's show and that they tried really hard to like fucking make it macho or whatever.
I will stand here and defend that the first Disturbed album is still really good. And I don't care what that says about me or what kind of reputational damage I might take for that belief.
Before
dubs
were woke. Yeah, before the entire cast of Dragon Ball decided they were fucking sick and tired of Vic Mignogna's shit and got him canceled being a sex predator or whatever.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck Vic Mignogna.
Also a terrible voice actor.
I was just telling one of my friends about that the other day. She's like, I told her about the fucking thing where he like refused to say that line where Edward Elric is supposed to say I'm an atheist.
Yeah.
So the show's so funny. It's like, oh, did he really do that? I'm like, yeah, no, he's a bit of a weirdo. Like, Vic, it's this thing called acting. You don't have to mean it.
Aggiedyne said, dropping plates on your ass. I see how you've gone straight to dropping plates as an accusation. Have you heard the first Disturbed album by chance, Krona? I suspect
No.
probably not.
No.
Um,
I don't usually listen to albums. There are a few rare exceptions.
it's quite good, but it's also hilarious and full of just incredibly cringeworthy songs and lyrics. But
Epic.
one of them is a song called Dropping Plates, which is the most like hip-hop-y of the songs on the album, but like
Sounds like
it's
I would
just
love
so badly written as a rap song that it like barely like he's clearly performing it like a rap song, but the lyrics are just the worst. And for some reason, the song is called Dropping Plates, and the whole thing is it's like he's trying to invent slang that is, I mean, if I had to assume what it means, like when you get a gold-plated record, like he's trying to say, I've got so many hit records, I'm dropping plates on your ass. But he just keeps saying the hook of the song, plates on your ass, bitch! Plates on your ass! Now here I go, I'm dropping plates! I'm dropping plates! Plates on your ass, bitch! Plates on your ass!
Plates on your ass.
As a kid, I was just like, what the fuck is he talking? Like, I just imagining a guy dropping dinner plates on someone's ass. Why are you, boy, dropping plates on my ass? Aggiedyne says, Voices legit goes hard, though. It does. So, there's a lot of good songs in that album. Voices is like, I can hear the voice turning the one another, turn me up and go right. I can feel a subliminal need to perform with the voice and make everything go. Are you breathing now? That shit rules. Do the wicked see how you're still breathing? Yeah, that's a good fucking song. Voices, Down with the Sickness. God, there's another. Stupefy. Fear, Violence Fetish. There's a Violence Fetish Berserk AMV. That was my introduction to Berserk. It's literally just every violent scene in Berserk set to Violence Fetish. Bring the violence, it's significant to the life. If you ever known anyone, bring the violence, it's significant to the life. Can you feel it? Wow, wow.
Sounds pretty epic.
It's awesome.
I
There's
was
what? Sorry. Your mind won't let you see that you want me. Idiot! It's really good. Great fucking album.
just gonna say I was not exposed to that many anime AMVs growing up, sadly. There was one that I was quite fond of in my teen years, which was that one fucking Soul Eater AMV of the Nightmare Before Christmas song.
I haven't seen that, but it sounds accurate.
It's like the Marilyn Manson cover of the song, but
This
it
is
kind
Halloween,
of fits
or-
the yeah. It kind of fits the vibe.
It sounds right.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
All
It
the
sounds like
imagery.
something I've heard, but almost certainly have seen.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask him about. But that's a song he listens to just on the regular. And he loves Soul Eater.
Talking about like old edgy music that's kind of cringe but kind of epic anyway, and it just keeps making me think of Linkin Park. Y'all are awakening the Linkin Park muscle in my brain.
I wanna feel what I thought was never real.
Alright, I had that fucking my Oculus Quest, my Meta Quest 2, the Facebook machine. One of the like 4 games I have on that thing was Beat Saber, and the song selection was really fucking limited. It's like some Billie Eilish song I don't care about, and like I got like I think a couple Green Day songs and like 2 Linkin Parks. So it's like there's like a couple Linkin Park songs I've heard a bunch of times because that was all I had access to in Beat Saber.
A voice in my head is telling me to sing Faint in a Mickey Mouse voice. Is Faint one of the songs you know?
What the fuck? No.
Oh, I am what I want you to want, what I want you to feel. But it's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you to just believe this is real. What are the songs? What's your favorite Linkin Park song?
I don't know. Maybe that funny one. The one that's like, I tried so hard and got so
I
far.
tried so hard and got so
Yeah.
far.
In the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. In the end, it doesn't even matter.
One thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to remind myself how I tried so hard in spite of the way you were mocking me. Acting like I was part of your property.
Jesus Christ.
Can't fucking keep doing it.
I prefer to do a goofy impression.
Oh yeah, I don't know how many
Gosh.
people have my goofy impression.
No, I just like doing goofy impressions.
Oh,
It's
you
fun.
like doing a goofy
Yeah.
impression.
One thing, I don't know why.
Turned British there.
It's hard to do. I have to like warm up a little bit. You know how it is.
Oh, I'll do some Eminem.
Evanescence.
Oh, I created a monster because nobody wants to see Marshall no more. They want shady unchopped liver. Well, if you want shady, this is what I'll give you. A little bit of weed mixed with some hard liquor, some vodka that'll jumpstart your heart quicker than the shock when I get shocked at the hospital by the doctor when I'm not cooperating, when I'm rocking the table while he's operating.
I'm dying.
I can do that all day long, but I won't. Mayday from Space asked if you've heard the Gex remix of One Step Closer, and I don't know if you know what a Gex is.
No, I have not. Is it like Nightcore?
Kinda, yeah, actually.
Oh no.
100 Gex is definitely very Nightcore influenced. They're like the epitome of the hyperpop
Okay.
movement. You ever heard that term, hyperpop?
Mm-mm.
It's probably the most common genre of trans creators, particularly because of 100 Gex being very prominent trans artists and inspiring lots of other ones. As of circa like 2019, they've been a big deal. Chrona's not that musically versed.
No, I'm not.
She's very video game versed.
Yes. I'm a nerd. Yeah.
More
I watch
TV
Scott the
movies.
Woz. Yeah. I think I've said this before, but Scott the Woz is the YouTuber I almost became. When I was a teenager, I wanted to start doing videos about games, and they would have been cringy at first, but I'm sure I would have refined my style over time, and I would have evolved into what Scott the Woz is now. What's the only thing that stopped me, because I would have started around the same time he started, and what stopped me was Nintendo's little policy about how if you show Nintendo games in YouTube videos now, we'll fucking take your money. If anyone remembers when they did that in like the mid-2010s, that was a thing. Good old
Mayday
Wii
from
U.
Space on 100 Gex. The two members are Laura Les and Dylan Brady, and Laura Les is a trans woman. Dylan, I don't know that Dylan is trans. I don't know if they're non-binary. I don't know if he identifies as he, him, or they, them. I just know that he mentioned wearing women's clothes at the very least in that and enjoying it in what's that song? The last song on their second album. So I don't know. He's definitely at the very least a person who has experienced some sort of gender stuff. But yeah, just because Laura Les is obviously like one of the biggest like trans figures in music, I tend to think of them as just a trans group in general. Chrono, what do you think it would take to get you into music?
I don't fucking know. You're asking me
seems like
that
you-
now?
It seems like you have a like I don't know a hard time like just like listening to it. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I listen to like hundreds of songs every day.
Yeah.
So for me it's like it feels like a major like gap. It's like hard for me to understand like not listening to that much music like overall, you
Yeah.
know.
I guess the best way I can put it is that for me, listening to music is something I actively do that takes energy. Because if I
Yeah.
don't have energy, I will just tune out whatever is around me. Like, I'm just not going to hear or interpret a single sound.
Yeah.
And that just
I
makes
think
it a
that's
bit
pretty
harder.
normal.
Yeah, it just makes it a bit well, because like video games are my shit. Because playing video games is like fucking breathing to me. Like it doesn't take any energy to play a game. I mean, maybe it takes energy to be good, but like I have plenty of games I can like I'm already good at them. I can just fucking flick my brain off and just vibe, you know, just play the game.
Yeah, I don't feel that at all about video games. Video games are like, to me, very energy intensive.
Yeah, that's how it is for most people.
But I feel I feel the way about music that you do about games, and it wasn't always like that though. It was like
Yeah.
it's like the more you sort of normalize yourself to an experience, you know,
Yeah.
the more it gets easy. But
I guess you just need a way to make music like an easy access thing for me, like a regular part of my life. Preferably not your method of just playing it through the phone speaker. That hurts my feelings. I find it much easier to immerse myself in a song when I have a good sound set up, like preferably in the car.
yeah,
That's
I mean,
when
I'm not
the
really
sounds
thinking
just-
about like me being next to you in person. How do I get you? Because I can't do that very often. But
Yeah.
like what would change? What would you have to change about your life to make it so that music was involved in it in a bigger way? Not that you necessarily want this. I'm just wondering. you know.
First of all, I would need to have an easier time wearing headphones without getting a fucking headache. 'Cause for some
I
reason-
personally don't like ever wear headphones.
Yeah.
I'm not a headphones person. They give me, aside from giving me like, I mean, I'm wearing them right now, obviously, but that's because professionalism.
Yeah.
But like, this is my least favorite thing about doing shows, like with other people, is having to wear headphones because it makes me feel like I'm locked into like a smaller world. Like I feel like I can't get up, you know,
Yep.
because otherwise I'm like disconnecting and doing something else, and I don't like being snuck up on. I don't like the feeling of like not realizing that something's happening right behind me until it's
I feel
there,
that.
you know.
Get me out of here. Get me out of here.
Especially because like I have a hard time parsing different sounds anyways, so like, you know, I'm fairly oblivious even without headphones on. When headphones get involved, I'm like hyper oblivious, so I don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do listen to like music on like the shittiest speakers that most people would never ever listen to. And not that I don't have better, like I have that little Bose portable speaker which is pretty decent, and when I use that, you know, I get a better sonic experience. Obviously I hear music in the car sometimes, but like I am very much prone to just stand in the bathroom and listen to music out of my phone speaker. The iPhone speaker is not that bad.
Yeah.
It's different if it's like multiple people in the room and we're having a conversation. I could definitely see why it's even worse. But I'm used to like, I grew up just like always playing stuff out of whatever computer speaker I had, basically. So I'm used to the sound just being whatever it is. I also listen to a lot of music that just sounds like shit. Like a lot of people like only listen to music that's like, you know, been mastered and mixed and like sounds right for radio and sounds good coming out of a speaker. And it's like, I listen to independent music that sounds like it was fucking recorded in a tin can, you know.
I like what the people are saying in the chat. Don Rose said, "We gotta get Chrono looking at games with solid OSTs. Surely the Tony Hawk games influenced so much disparate music taste in me."
That's definitely a part of why I was recommending Tony Hawk 1 and 3 so heavily, is that those tracks are massively influential to me. And there's songs like probably the best known song from the Tony Hawk 1 soundtrack is a song called Superman by Goldfinger. Not that it's like the most famous song, but the one that is the most famous for being on that soundtrack. Like wasn't really like a hit song, but everybody knows it from Tony Hawk. But I think you would love that song. It's just super like poppy and upbeat, fun, like ska punk song that is very much in your wheelhouse of taste.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to like songs that are just really fun to sing along to. Mayday from Space said, wouldn't really make listening to music more prescient in your life, but you're an excellent vocalist, Croned. Be great to listen to tracks with you on them, from what I've caught on
That's
streams, I
another
think.
big part of why I'm trying to get Crona into more music. It's like she sings phenomenally, so it's like you need to know
Oh,
more
stop,
songs.
you're making me blush.
Need to be able to hear you sing all kinds of stuff. Also, that like I know our tastes can't be that different because you love Coheed and Cambria, and
Yeah.
that's like one of my favorite bands, one of the biggest influences on my taste. So it's like
Oh, these little baby
I know there's a
dragons.
natural branching out from there. We should probably wrap this after this boss.
This is the most demonic fucking thing in the game. This
Ooh,
shit.
what is this boss?
This is Dragon. He's got little melted faces on his head. It's disgusting. You like it?
He's
Electrocute the shit out of it. That's how you. This is the right way
I
to
guess
kill
he
it.
kind of looks like the Omega Metroids.
Use the grappling beam. High voltage, die! Melt its health. There we go. Exploding.
Yeah, I guess the thing with you is that it's hard for me to know like what you will like because you really do just listen to like a tiny number of songs. That's such a weird and mysterious ending there.
All the babies taking it away. We will eat our mother's corpse.
I also know that you can enjoy like modern hip hop sounds because you listen to the Spider-Man Spider-Verse soundtrack all the time. So
Oh yeah, that one's really catchy. I'm just autistic for Spider-Man, I don't know. Now you got me thinking about which songs I like from those fucking movies so I can sing one. Oh, there's no way I can do Sunflower.
Sunflower, I think you love me too much.
Needless to say, I keep her in check. She was a bad man, nevertheless. Calling it quits now, baby, I'm a wreck. Crash at my place, baby, you're a wreck. Needless to say, I'm... fuck, how does it go? I forget some of the words, I don't know.
It don't matter. The last thing we need to do is make it all the way to the Post Malone section.
Ooh, some things I just can't refuse. She wanna ride me like a cruise, and I'm not trying to lose. You'll be left in the dust unless I start by you. You're the sunflower, thinking of me too much. And you'll be left in the dust unless I stuck by you. You're the sunflower. You're the sunflower. Every time I'm leaving on you, don't make it easy, no. Wish I could be there for you. Give me a reason to. Every time I'm walking out, I can hear you telling me to turn around. Fuck, I don't know the next words. Even if we gotta risk it all right now. I know you're scared of the unknown. You don't wanna be alone. I know I always gotta go, but it's out of my control. Okay, that's the best I can do.
That my beatboxing is on time with your singing, but
I like that song. It's catchy.
we should
not my
we should
favorite
wrap
song from
this
that movie.
before too long because I know we're like already halfway through the game.
Correct, at least. Maybe like 2/3
I know
of the
that
way.
because I watched you play this on a different stream we did, where it was like exactly 4 hours or something like that.
Yeah,
Um,
that was
and then
first
we
time I came
went
your
to
house.
fucking we went to Taco Bell and there was a shooting, like
Yeah, we were
very
gunshots
audible
very close
nearby,
by.
and we drove across town to a different Taco Bell. That
That was
crazy
fucked
night.
up.
Yeah, they shoot too much out here in Norfolk.
Yeah,
Too much gun.
I think this is where I go.
Also, goddamn Corona got them pipes. Oh, she do. If you ain't never showed up to karaoke in the server, Corona
I like
kills
to
it.
sing sometimes. It is fun.
You got that natural gift.
Not even. I just like I fucking sucked ass at singing like most of my life, and I just kept doing it over and over again until it got decent.
That's how you do it.
I just enjoyed it so much I didn't want to stop. As soon as I got my own car, really, that was it. I'm like, okay, fuck, I can just do whatever the fuck I want. I don't have to be embarrassed about people hearing me. I don't have anyone to be like, oh my god, shut the fuck up, you sound awful. I can just do whatever I wanted. I could scream, I could crack my voice as much as I wanted until I finally figured out how to make it sound halfway decent, and now I'm pleased.
Mayday said I could sing 3 songs kind of okay. Are they Helena by My Chemical Romance? Shit, what's another good song?
I don't know that one. I know a couple of my
know
Chemical
Helena?
Romance songs, but I don't know the words to Helena.
That one you don't. What's the worst that I could say?
I mean,
No?
I've heard it, of course. I've listened to it a bunch, but I don't know the words.
You just don't know the words. Huh?
Yeah,
I was like, damn, how could you not have heard Helena? It's
I
like
know.
the
I
best.
learned the words to most of Black Parade and fucking the other really famous one, though. The
I'm not
That one,
okay. Yeah.
yeah.
I would go full throat and really karaoke these songs, but I feel weird about getting loud at the moment. I don't know if anybody's asleep.
Ugh. How does the song start? Just give me the first couple of words and I can do it.
Oh.
I can never remember how songs begin, but
Well,
then
if you wanted honesty, that's
That's
all
it.
you had to say.
I never want to let you down or have you go. It's better off this
Better
way
off-
for all the dirty looks. The photographs your boyfriend took. He said you read me like a book. Okay. Am I going to belt out the chorus?
I'm not okay. I'm not okay. All right. We should wrap up this thing. Did you get to the save room? Is it nearby? Or do we need to? I guess you could just save state. It doesn't really matter.
I'd
Maybe
rather
on an
save in
emulate.
game. I don't know. I think it's down here. I don't trust the save states. They go away when I close the fucking window, I swear. Remember when you broke your foot from jumping out the second floor? I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. You wear me out.
I don't know how that sounds on the live stream, but for me, it was perfect harmony in my head.
Just gonna be Discord cutting out going.
What will it take to show you that it's not the life it seems?
Bitch.
Something, punch you in the jeans. I'm sure those are the lyrics.
That's how it goes. That's exactly.
Punch you in the jeans, punch you in the jeans. This is not a
Biblically
case of man versus machine. You thought you were safe, thought you got away clean. I'll run up on you soft and punch you in the jeans. Gonna revise your Levi's of physical harm. Put divots in the rivets with my physical arm. Yeah, that's the Lonely Island.
Did you know I'm cool?
You ever listen to the Lonely Island?
Not since I was like fucking 13. I don't know. They're the ones that did the "Jizz in My Pants" song, right?
Yes, because I jizz in my pants.
Tried showing it to Josh. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. And I was in like middle school and this was the thing. He's like, no, what the fuck is that? I showed him jizz in my pants and he told me to turn it off because it was too cringy.
That was the first like HD video I remember seeing. Literally the first time that I saw something like, what the fuck? This looks like ridiculously good.
It was jizz in my pants. I first heard it because of some kid on my school bus going, "'Cause I jizzed in my pants," and he kept singing that over and over again.
That's autism. God damn.
Jizz in my pants. One of my
Boy.
favorites was when I was a kid, my favorite that they did was this one lesser known song. There was a guy singing like, I don't know why, but today seems like it's gonna be a great day.
Yeah.
And it was all just non sequiturs and nonsense.
I don't know
'cause he
why,
had
but today
fucking
seems like it's gonna be a great
bit
day.
of cocaine on his upper lip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blah 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 blah. I should hang out more with my kids.
Like when the guys say they don't want to hang out with them, and he's just like wearing a suit, holding a single
Yeah.
rose.
Why
I thought they
would they
were my homies.
That's incredible. Okay.
Thank
We're
you
done.
for the compliments on my singing, everyone.
night.
I'm gonna pet all
Good
of you.
night, everybody.
Petting you, giving you head pats. There you go. Okay. Nighty night and meow meow, everybody. Fucking.